Thank you, Mark, and hello from London. The last 2 weeks' commentaries have been very heavy on not only big picture patterns, but also in the sheer number of technical patterns that we've seen. This week, we've moved back to a more usual, if there is ever a usual in these times, a more usual number of technical patterns, though they are quite interesting nevertheless. Last week in the currencies I follow, we only had a weekly key reversal up in the US dollar Indonesian rupiah. Now, US dollar Indonesian rupiah has been of interest to me, not only because of the impact from the nickel saga earlier this year, or because of palm oil, but also because I highlighted the daily chart I use at the International Biofuels Conference and Expo back at the start of July. So I have done some in-depth work on this one. The main feature of this daily chart stretches back to February 2021 and consists of a very large February 2021 to April 2022 sideways triangle, within which is located a reverse head and shoulders bottom. The target, primary and secondary for the reverse head and shoulders pattern have already been achieved, as has the primary target for the sideways triangle. We have left the secondary, harder to achieve target X1 in the 15123 area. This is not only harder to achieve naturally, but is also just over the big 50% Fibonacci move for the whole of 2020 at 15093. Since April, the market has been traveling up within the April to June bullish Andrews pitchfork, mainly around the middle tine, currently at 14977. This middle tine will collide with the 50% Fibonacci line in the middle of August, and it would be reasonable to expect a significant event at or near that time. Last week's weekly key reversal up here has not been followed through this week as yet. I say as yet because today is set to be a possible huge daily key reversal up, the largest day's range since early June, and this could prompt a move higher. You see, I can see the market's desire to try higher, but also its reluctance as it approaches that significant 50% Fibonacci resistance. This will be interesting to watch. Elsewhere, we had a trio of weekly key reversals up, all related to each other. There were weekly key reversals up last week in US T-note futures, UK Gilt futures and German Bund futures, though not in Japanese JGB futures, which I suppose is not surprising in that market, as it marches to its own drum, nor I suppose also unsurprisingly, in their own way, US T-bond futures. In commodities, last week we had a well-publicized weekly key reversal down in New York sugar futures, but not in London sugar futures. I have produced a weekly video on our London YouTube channel on these and why London was different, published earlier this week. Finally, an unusual one, but I suppose not surprising one either, given the type of weather Europe has seen in recent days. We had a weekly key reversal up in EEX European Processing Potato Futures. Now, we have seen a gapping follow-on higher to this weekly key reversal up at the start of this week. That has since been filled in, as the market's rise has been tempered upon approach to the 2022 downtrend, currently 23.700, and that is just above the market. An interesting market, this one. As always, I'm happy to share my videos, various charts, and answer any questions with anyone who wishes to contact me. And with that, I'll finish this section from London. And I hope you found these comments useful.